Children and Families Committee to order. We have a number of voting sheets from Senator Montgomery, Senator Bonasek, Senator Savino, Senator Prasad, and Senator Young. Obviously, this is a little earlier than we normally do the committee, but this is a getaway day, and session is actually at 10 o'clock this morning, so members will be coming in and out. I will ask, we have 7 bills on the agenda today, and I will ask council to start with the first bill.
Good morning. The first bill on the agenda is Senate Bill number 62 by Senator Hoylman. This is an act to amend the executive law in relation to expanding the duties of the Office of Children and Family Services concerning lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, runaway, and homeless youth. This requires that all employees of programs and organizations providing care to runaway and/or homeless youth complete training providing instruction in issues pertaining to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender youth. There was no prior action on this bill in the committee.
Senator Bonasek is aye without rec on this. All the other voting sheets indicate aye. Based upon that, the bill is approved and referred to finance. Next bill.
The next bill is Senate Bill number 335 by Senator Espaillat. This is an act to amend the Social Services Law, the Environmental Conservation Law, and the Public Health Law in relation to the protection of air quality for daycare centers. The intended purpose of the bill is to ensure that child daycare centers and Head Start daycare centers are not exposed to hazardous or toxic environmental pollutants due to their proximity to hazardous sources. That specifications for indoor air ventilation systems are protective of healthful indoor air quality, and that the design techniques minimize the ingress of pest populations. And finally, that the construction techniques eliminate lead, radon, and other toxic contaminants. There's a memorandum in support of this bill from environmental advocates.
Senator Bonasek is aye without rec. Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved and referred to finance.
Next bill is Senate Bill number 742 by Senator Kennedy. This is an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to posting child daycare provider qualifications on the Office of Children and Family Services website. The intent of the bill is to provide child care providers with the opportunity to publicize their participation in quality-enhancing training programs and to provide parents with greater knowledge of available child care programs. The bill would authorize child care providers to submit to OCFS any additional education or trainings related to the provision of child care that they have completed. OCFS would be required to post such information online.
Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved and the bill is referred to finance. Next bill.
Next bill is Senate Bill 1707 by Senator Golden. This is an act to amend the executive law and the New York City Charter in relation to directing the Office of Children and Family Services and the New York City Administration for Children's Services to submit annual reports concerning information related to children served by their respective programs. The bill directs the Office of Children and Family Services and the New York City Administration for Children's Services to submit annual reports concerning this information and those served by their respective programs. This passed the Children and Families Committee last year in May of 2015.
Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved and the bill is referred to finance.
The next bill is Senate Bill number 4726A by Senator Robach. This is an act to amend the Domestic Relations Law and the Family Court Act in relation to prohibiting the court from granting custody of or unsupervised visitation with a child to a person who has been convicted of or charged with raping the parent of the child. This passed the Senate unanimously in June of 2015.
Senator Montgomery is aye without rec. Based upon the voting sheets, that the bill is approved and the bill is reported.
The next bill is Senate Bill number 5649 by Senator Young. This is an act to amend the Social Services Law in relation to requiring persons and officials who are required to report cases of suspected child abuse or maltreatment to complete annual training relating to identifying and reporting such abuse and maltreatment. The intent of the bill is to ensure that persons who are required to report such cases are current on their appropriate training and that a record is kept.
There is a memo in opposition from the Greater New York Hospital Association. Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved and the bill is referred to finance.
The next bill is Senate Bill 7082 by Senator Ravella. This is an act to amend the Family Court Act in relation to video recording of custodial interrogations of juveniles in juvenile delinquency proceedings in family court. This is one in a series of measures being introduced at the request of the Chief Administrative Judge upon the recommendation of his Family Court and Rules Advisory Committee.
Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved. Senator Serino votes aye without rec. The bill is approved, and the bill is referred to Finance.
The next bill is Senate Bill 7220 by Senator Avella. This is an act to amend the Family Court Act in relation to adjournments in contemplation of dismissal and suspended judgments in child protective proceedings in the family court. This is another one of a series of measures being introduced at the request of the Chief Administrative Judge upon the recommendation of his Family Court Advisory and Rules Committee.
Senator Montgomery and Senator Serino are aye without rec. Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved, and the bill is reported.
The final bill on the agenda today is Senate Bill 7221 by Senator Avella. This is an act to amend the Domestic Relations Law, the Family Court Act, and the Social Services Law in relation to conditional surrenders of parental rights in family and surrogates court. This again is one in a series of measures being introduced at the request of the Chief Administrative Judge upon the recommendation of his Family Court and Rules Advisory Committee.
Senator Serino is aye without rec. Based upon the voting sheets, the bill is approved, and the bill is reported. That concludes the agenda for today. We hope to have at least 2 more committee meetings before the end of session. Thank you, everybody.